Capricorn, how are we, my loves? Happy summer, or happy end of summer, I should say. It's wonderful to be back to offer another reading. I've been very, very, very busy over summer. Loads of readings, been working loads. I didn't get to travel as such, but I thought I could travel maybe towards the end of September, end of the year, that kind of thing. So I can go and do some nice healing work in a land of idyllic pleasure and luxury in terms of weather. As you all know, like, I'm English, I live in the United Kingdom. So, you know, the luxury of weather eludes us most of the time. We had like a little bit of a heat wave, you know, we had some nice days and stuff like that, but it hasn't been like the 30 degrees consistent. Yeah, that didn't really happen for us. It doesn't really happen for us anyway. But yeah, team, work is picking up. Everything's good. I'm enjoying life. I hope you're well. I'd love to hear from some of you what's been going on with you. All right, team. So let's get a reading happening for you. I've got a new deck as well. Really cute. And I love the deck. The Muse Tarot. Because if any of you are interested in that deck, I would say to get it. I absolutely adore the cards. I think they're gorgeous. So I wanted to share that also with you today, Cappy. Okay, so Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's see, what do we have for Cappy, please? Let's just get some energy. 3 cards jumped out immediately. And just to let you know, I've tried reading this, you know, I've tried to do this reading 4 times. This is the 4th time I'm actually here trying to get this done. So for that reason, I can tell there are some people here that may be in 2 minds about something, maybe have a decision that they have to make, maybe going back and forth on something at this particular time. The energy has been chaotic as I'm shuffling, been dropping cards, I've been flying all over the place. So I am definitely picking up on certain energies here today. I know that I'm already picking up on certain energies. There's something that's going on, all right? And immediately from the get-go, we have the Tower. Changes that may be happening on the outside of yourself. So this could be literally anything, team, you know. This could be changes that's happening in your household, changes that's happening in work, changes that may be happening in the world. Maybe some of you are in parts of the world that may be experiencing something on a larger scale. That's part of the Tower card, okay? But right next to it, which is absolutely beautiful, is actually the Star card. Now, what is interesting about this fell for you before. So this is, right, I would say I'm connecting in with certain energies that are going through a healing process. This could be a personal healing process I'm feeling here. There's divine inspiration. There's a lot of vulnerability here. The Star card is just, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That direct, I would say, connection in with source is very strong right now for somebody. You know, if we have a look at all of the cards here that have fallen, right, look at the Tower card. You know, the Tower doesn't look like this in every single deck, as we know, sort of thing. But as we can see, this is a person here, right? You know, it's like lightning is striking their head. And when I say lightning is striking the head, right, I'm getting a lot of other things that are coming through. So it feels like it could also even be like a case of divine inspiration, right? Has suddenly, it's almost like it's appeared lately, right? And it's making you make major changes in your life. Does that make sense to somebody out there? Changes that had to be made. So there was no way of escaping this, people. There was no way of escaping this. These are changes that had to be made. Maybe you've been avoiding those changes, right? And now everything is kind of crumbling at once. It's happening at once. But remember, the death and rebirth of a human being has to occur in order for the new person to emerge, right? Or for new gifts, new inspiration, new pathways. What I think is interesting with that as well, right, is that you look at all of these lines, the lightning lines. Are you seeing that, team? You know, I haven't got a great phone here, but I hope you can see all those lines that are coming out. And the debris that's falling, right? As you can see that some of the debris, right, is already fallen, you know, and some of it, right, it's sort of hanging on for dear life. Whatever it is that you're hanging on to here, let it go, allow it to crumble completely, mainly so that that can happen. Right, there's a connection here with source. There's a connection here with source, and it feels like all of this is happening at the right time. You know, it's all happening at the right time. And although it's causing a lot of vulnerability, a lot of this kind of, it feels like it's happening in a very public way. Does that make sense to some of you? You know, it's happening in a very, very public way, sort of thing. But you have the opportunity to heal this. What is it? Hold on. What is also happening here is that the Five of Emotions, I'm looking at this card, you know, and all of the cards, right, they all have an element of blue in them. Okay, Five of Emotions, it's like the Five of Cups, basically, team. You know, they all have an element of blue. 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 Right. So somebody could be going through a personal transformation here. Does that make sense to somebody? Personal transformation. All of the cards also have one person, a singular person. And all of the cards are looking up or away. Okay. So this is almost like there is a person here who is trying to avoid excessive emotions, right? It's almost like if there are excessive emotions, it takes you really deeply into the vortex, and it's really hard for you to come back out of it and what have you, right? But they want you, the cultivation of this relationship here with Source now becomes very, very important in this particular reading. As usual, I don't think this is going to be for everybody, team. You know, we're talking maybe just a few people here who, right, who are really going through a journey, right? I can see roads and pathways here, an emotional journey, right? This is almost like a shedding of your old self, you know, and trying to emerge as the star or that yellow, right? So there's someone here who has been lacking drive and motivation, mainly because they've been in their emotions. There's been a lot of this solitude. You know, I'm getting a lot of this withdrawn energy. Funny that the Hermit didn't come out, because this is what it feels like. It feels like Hermit energy. It feels like Hermit energy. But it's almost like there's been a withdrawal of the senses from the outside world in order for you to feel more on the inner landscape. Does that make sense to somebody? Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's see what we've got here. So, I want to know why the Tower's here. Hello, Tower. Give me some more inspiration, please, Spirit. Why is the Tower here? Can I get clear messages for Capricorn, please? What is this change and transformative period that this person is going through? Give me something here. Ah, isn't that interesting? The Hermit arrived. Hermit arrived. So did the Ten of Swords. so did the King of Pentacles. So this is somebody who could be going through a change and transition to do with the home, the house, your family, anything that brings a sense of security. Right, and what I think is interesting here is that these extra cards that I pulled here for the Tower, right, if you have a look at the Hermit card, you know, the Hermit here is holding a lantern, and in that lantern, you know, the star is there, you know. So this is somebody who is doing inner searching, inner healing after the end of a cycle. After the end of a cycle. The cycle may have been very difficult, very difficult. A lot of stuff may have gone down here. A lot of stuff may have gone down. And it could be in a relationship. It could be to do with work as well. Could be the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who's in a position of responsibility. This is somebody you know, with the King of Pentacles there as well, as you can see, he's holding a pentacle, and the pentacle also has a star. So there could be some healing around money, the home, the family. There could have been a breakup of a family here, right? Or a family, could be a family dynamic, okay? So this could be a friendship also, you know, there's a family, I would say, a dynamic here. And this has actually made movements here for healing. Something with the throat. Okay, yeah, so all of this blue as well. Okay, suddenly now my throat is doing this. I haven't had this issue. So all of this blue, you know, loads of blue in these cards, everybody. Somebody has to work on their speaking in terms of sharing what it is that they're currently feeling at this particular point in time, team. Somebody has to work on the throat, right? Speaking their truth, sharing their truth at this particular time. This is so mad. This is so mad. Okay, somebody has to work on speaking their truth. Yes, there's been a feeling of loss, you know, but it feels like it's loss of abundance. Does that make sense to somebody? Loss of money, you know, loss of a home, loss of abundance. That's really interesting. Okay. Give me something more on this star, please. Give me something more on this star. So somebody here has to speak more of their truths, what it is that they're feeling, more vulnerability, and have some, what's what I'm looking for? Faith in the universe, right? The right pathway is actually going to open up. The star, please. Give me something here on the star. Okay, give me two more. Two more, please, with the star. What do I need to know? Yeah, exactly what I said. So somebody has to speak their truth here. Somebody's not particularly speaking their truth, or if they are speaking their truth, the truth is giving them a lot of anxiety and sleepless nights, insomnia. Queen of Swords, you know, is very clear. You know, she's clear, she's astute, she's bold with what it is that she wants to say. As you can see, all the clouds are all around her, right? Not a cloud in her head, right? So get clear on what it is that you want to share. Be crystal clear with it, right? And this is logical. It's logical energy, so take it away from the emotions as much as what you can. Right, as you can see, she has a sword in one hand, you know, then she has the other hand up like this. She's ready to chop the hand off if she's not hearing exactly what it is that she wants to hear, honey. Queen of Swords energy, right? This is very much Aquarian energy. So is the star. This is Aquarian energy. Some of you may have some air placements. You may have some air placements here. Right, there's a Knight of Wands on the side. So on the side, meaning that you're not actually sure this is the right thing to do at this particular point in time, right? It's almost like there's, there was a phrase that just came to mind. The sting is out of the tail, right? The sting is out of the tail, meaning, right, you're not really particularly in your complete power at this particular point in time in order to make this decision, right, or in order to have this conversation, right? But there's a conversation that's given you sleepless nights. You know, there's a conversation that has to happen, though. Has to happen. There's some loss here in terms of looking at all the things that we don't have, looking for more divine inspiration in terms of bringing in information. Why have we got this here? More on the 5 of emotion, please. Can I get that? Okay, something from the past. So for some of you, it may have been a sexual connection. Give me something else. Oh, all right now, Spirit. Yeah, this decision that needs to be made here with Judgment on the side. Very neutral sort of stance. It's almost like a standoff. No one's making a decision. No one's going yay, no one's going nay. It's all just very sort of, and right underneath the deck, I have the Tower again. Some of you are going through some serious changes right now. Whew, heavy. Some of you want to have a new start in this particular situation, but it's not really that easy. You know, it's not really that easy. What's underneath that? Yeah, the 8 of Swords. Huh. Okay. Team, I believe there could be a couple here. You know, this is not just any old couple. You know, this is either a mother and a father, a power couple, right? These are people who mean business. They're the top of their game. They're the top of their game at this particular point in time. It feels like it could be, I mean, all right, you know, I'm going to take those cards out because it feels a little murky. All right. There may be something here that you want to take a leap of faith into. You know, this is a leap of faith into abundance. So this could actually be like a new relationship for somebody. It could be a new relationship because now it's not even, right, it's not correlating at all. This is probably like 2 readings here. You know, it's not correlating at all. Right, but there could have been a sexual relationship here in the first instance. You know, there is a need to make a decision on something here. There is a need to make a decision. You know, and there could be a need for somebody to take time to contemplate it just a touch more. Whoever this is, right, there's happiness there, right? There's happiness there, right? So this could be a boss, right? It could be somebody who's, dare I add, dating their boss or something like this. There's a something that's going on there. Okay, hold on one second. Let me just see if I can get... Bloody hell, sometimes these readings, I swear, I'm just like... Okay, give me 2 more cards out of this deck, please. I don't know where to go with that. Right, because it feels awfully confusing. It's like 2 readings in 1. Give me 2 more cards here, please. What else is going on for Capricorn? Okay, 1. Is that 1? Give me 1 more. Okay, 2. All right, so here I have the 6 of Swords and the Chariot. The Chariot didn't turn upright. So this is now probably making a little bit more sense. Six of Swords, this is somebody who's moving on to smoother waters. So moving away from the Tower energy, all right? Right. So what we have to realize here is that all of us are going to be on different time scales, dependent on multiple things, okay? We're going to be on different time scales. There's still this stagnant energy is still here. The Chariot is here, right? As we know, when the Chariot is upright, this is movement, right? Right. This is movement, it's determination, right? But when it's on the side like this, it's very stagnant. It's like there's nothing really happening. There's nothing really happening. Can you give me some more on that Chariot, please? Why is the Chariot on the side, please, Spirit? Just give me 2 to 3 cards. Okay, one more. Team. The Tower is here again with the 8 of Swords. This is about a decision that somebody has not made. The Empress has turned up again, but this time she is in reverse. Love has turned up on the side. Spirit, you're the one. Strategy, or somebody who may be lying, cheating, stealing, right? This has to do with a love situation. There's a stagnant love situation. Stagnant love situation. Yeah, there we have it. 2 of Cups underneath of the deck. And the 4 of Swords, you've had that twice. And you've had the Judgment, you've had that twice as well. This is it. This is a decision that has to be taken about a love situation. Spirit is calling, right, is calling here for somebody to be strategic. Also with the Judgment card, I'm surprised Justice hasn't turned up. Right, there could be something legal that's occurring here. This could be a divorce. That's what I kept on saying earlier. Right, this could be a divorce. No, I'm sorry. As I said earlier, the situation of a family situation. There could be a family situation here. You know, a family that yeah. Harmony is not here at this particular point in time. You know, there could be a legal situation here. You know, there could be a legal situation here where somebody has to be really strategic about this. You know, it has to be strategic. And my voice is going a little bit weird again. So that's what we're talking about, team. Right. Here we're talking about trying to bring a sense of equilibrium into a situation. Okay, give me something here on the 6 of Swords. Yeah, there will be some communication that's coming up. I'll just take the ones that dropped. Yeah, defensive energy. Right, it's also looking at something that has no growth, right? Or that's something that hasn't sort of yielded the fruit of your labor. Toil, hard work, stamina, strength. Still waiting to see, though, what is coming out of it. This is I would say, it's toil over time, right? Right. This is toil over time. This is the 9 of Wands, but I also have the 8 of Wands. Communication is going to be coming forward about this toil over time. How much time have you spent in this situation? Maybe there could be some alimony or something that's coming from this, or some sort of payment, whatever it is. There is that call, once again, to be completely transparent on what it is that you want to communicate. So be open, be clear, and intelligent and logical. This becomes important. Is there anything else on here? Spirit, there we go. 4 of Wands and the Lover's card. This is definitely a love situation. It's definitely a love situation. Yeah, something that may have been wish fulfillment. Something that may have been wish fulfillment at one particular point in time. You were very happy, right? Outwardly happy. There's a lot of victory there, right? But somebody here was immature. And therefore, the thing that's interesting, you know, is I'm not seeing loads of other people involved in this. It doesn't feel like that kind of gig. Does that make sense to you? Right, but once again, those three just jumped out. So there are changes to do with love that you need to make a decision on. Some of you may decide to be single, because straight underneath of that card, I just saw the single lady card, the Nine of Pentacles. I'm a huge fan of the Nine of Pentacles, actually, right? Because it basically means you are fruitful and abundant in yourself, not needing anybody else to bring that into your life. And there will be a new cycle. Yeah, that's very interesting. That's very interesting. Okay, for some of you, new work is coming in. New offers of work. Anything else here, team? Just give me random turned over cards. Just give me anything else. Anything else I need to know? Come on, Spirit. I don't think Spirit wants to talk. Yeah. Okay, there we go again. With the Fool has turned up a few times. You know, so you need to take a leap of faith into the unknown in order to discover what it is the next step. Right. And some of you are just a little bit like, I don't know about this. Right. So if you're hanging on to a situation, allow the situation to crumble. It needs to fall. Right. It needs to fall in order for the star to get her divine inspiration, right? Right. That becomes important, sort of thing. There's a direct portal that's open to spirit right now. If you, right, this is about leaning in, surrendering, easing into this energetic. This is an easing into this energetic, and it's calling for you to be as vulnerable and as open as what you possibly can be. Notice how you monitor your emotions, right? I want you to notice the wallowing, right? Because it's very easy just to wallow in emotions, isn't it, though, team? You know, I think it's very easy just to wallow in emotions and just be like, yeah, nothing's really working. It's very easy to wallow in emotions. The call is to try to pull you out of the emotions, right? Because the emotions is keeping everything really stagnant. You know, it's keeping everything really stagnant, right? And every time you sort of have this emotional sort of, I'm not going to call it an outburst, you know, I'm not going to call it an outburst. The reason why I'm not going to call it I'm not going to call it an outburst. It doesn't, you know, I feel in my body like it's an emotional outburst. It feels more like this long, drawn out melancholy. That's what it feels like, right? It feels like melancholy almost in a way. I remember melancholy, you know, it has multiple functions. You know, we don't always have to be in the lower frequency of melancholy. You know, there are many levels to this thing. Many levels to this thing. Sometimes out of melancholy, a beautiful beauty can be produced, i.e. in terms of creativity, writing, like if you're a writer, right, or if you're a sculptor, you know, and why I'm getting sculpting or something like this, right? A lot of creativity can come out of melancholy. So this is about easing out of melancholy, you know, and moving into this beautiful energy of the star. Some of you may have Aquarius placements. A lot of Aquarius energy here. A lot of Aquarius energy. All right then, team. I'm going to leave it to there. Yes. Quite interesting reading. Quite an interesting read today. Yeah. All right. All right, team. Yeah, let's leave it there. Let's see what happens. September vibes. Very interesting. Loads of changes happening for you. Capricorn. Loads of changes happening on the emotional plane. Remember, I'm still doing private readings. Just get in touch if you would like one of those. Other than that, team, yeah, I'm out of here. And right underneath the deck, Cappy, stand in your power. Isn't that my Cappies? Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Wonderful rest of the month. I'll see you soon, team. Ciao for now.